Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us this morning. My name is Shiroz Khan and I am from Hamdard University High Department. Here are my group members, Mr. Abbas, Hamdard, and next to him is Mr.
Abbas.
Amin. The topic which we will discuss in front of you is automobiles. Here are some overviews of the main points which are going to be discussed in this presentation. The history of the automobile, the manufacturing companies, automobile types, engine, use in automobiles, driving, steps of driving, traffic rules regulation, and road signs. Now, automobile, let me ask the question. What is the first thing came in your mind when you heard about the word automobile? Anyone?
Cars, buses.
Vehicles.
That's exactly what most people would think about. That's exactly what most people would think
Vehicles.
about. But what I think is automobiles is a mechanical machine which can roll and carry a weight of some load to a certain distance with itself. Now let's see. An automobile or auto car is a wheel motor vehicle used transporting passenger, which also carries its own engine. Most definition of the term specify that automobiles are designed to run primarily on roads to have seating for 1 to 8 people. They are principally constructed for transporting of people rather than goods. Now the history of the automobiles company. The history of the automobile begins as early as 1769 with the creation of steam engine automobile. You can see here the picture of the steam engine automobile capable of human transport. But in the 1806, in the era of 18th century, the first car powered by an internal combustion engine running on fuel gas appeared, which led to the introduction of 1885 of the petrol fuel internal combustion engine. Now, here are some leading companies of the automobile which are mostly used in Pakistan. Here the Suzuki, Corolla, Honda, Hyundai, Daewoo and the Mazda. Mostly of them are Japanese companies, but let's see. We have two types of automobiles which are mostly known as LTV and STV. LTV is the abbreviation of low traffic vehicle, while STV is the abbreviation of heavy traffic vehicles. In the LTV we have motor cars and jeeps, while in STV we have trucks, buses, etc. Next slide please. Types of engine. Most of the STV and LTV are operated by three types of engine which we have are petrol engine, diesel engine and petrol plus CNG engine. STV are mostly operated by petrol plus CNG engine. Now these three types of engine uses fuel. Which kind of fuel? Let's see. Fuel. The automobile uses the following gasoline. Petrol, the petrol engine will definitely use the petrol. Diesel will use diesel and the petrol plus CNG is used CNG. Now CNG is the abbreviation of compressed natural gas. Next slide, please. Driving. Now for discussion of this topic, I would like to call Mr. Abbas to come and discuss the driving in front of you. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Abbas from second semester at Hamdard University. Thank you, Mr. Shirozan, for calling me on stage. The topic which I am going to discuss in front of you is driving. Let me ask first a question. There are how many drivers we have in the class?
Me also.
Oh. The presentation will become very easy and interesting for you because there is many drivers in our class. They drive. There are many different types of vehicles you can learn how to drive, but there are specific steps to take when driving a normal car. It is advisable to take up driving lessons. Silk learning can end up in disaster. Don't forget these rules. Also, never crash if you can avoid an accident. Now I am going towards the driving style. How we can drive. Please. Let me ask a question. What is the first and important steps of driving? Anyone of you, may I?
I think this is to open the log of the car.
No, Quran.
Then what?
The first.
It is to start the engine.
Correct.
Petrol is needed for
Turn the key and switch the engine.
that's the point.
It's okay.
Petrol is also near.
Yes, but there is not starting point. I am starting point.
Amir say
There should be petrol. After starting the car, hold the clutch and change the gear from neutral to first. Press the accelerator up to certain limit and then release the clutch with the car start initial motion. It will be moving. After attain certain limit, you change the gear from first to neutral, from neutral to first and from first to second. Use the same procedure. But when you want to stop the car or reduce your limit, then leave the accelerator, press the brake, and when the car is trained to switch up, press the clutch and change the gear from high gear to low gear. Now I am going toward the steps. Have insurance and documents to prove that you have your own car. Have your license with you. Avoid parking illegally. Your car may be towed or you may be cited and have pay a fine. Be courteous to others on the road. Do not run while the traffic light is red. Carry cash, coin, change for tools and packing fees. Be safe and follow all the posted and laid down while driving. Learn to drive. It might be a good idea to take professional lessons from a driving institute. Be alert. Check the rear mirror and side mirror. Watch out for large vehicles like trucks, buses, the charge their road. This is all about my topics. Now I would like to call Mr. Amin to come on stage and proceed the presentation. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Mr. Amin and I am a student of Hamdard University from second semester High Department. First of all, I would like to thank my group leader Mr. Khan who gave me an opportunity to present in front of all of you and share my knowledge with you people. Now the topic of my presentation is rules to obey while driving. The first rule is priority. While driving, you should know that which car has the first priority to drive on the road. You shouldn't think that the road is all yours. You should always give priority to others to have a safe drive. For example, suppose there is a car entering from service road to the main road. Then he should first observe that either there is another car on the main road or not. Because the first priority, the car on the main road has first priority to move. After that, the car from the service road should enter. My father once said me that while driving, you should only think that you are just a driver. You are not an engineer or a doctor. You are just a driver at that time. So please give priority to others while driving. Please move to this next slide. The second rule is turning. How to turn a car while driving. First point is that while turning the car, you should observe that in which lane you are. Consider the slide. The car B is in the second line. Now, suppose that you are a driver of the car B and you want to turn your car to the left road. Here you are in the second lane. So after turning, you should be in that lane, in the same lane in which you were before turning. Because if you will move to the wrong lane after turning, suppose this car B who has moved to the first lane. Here the car A is also entering the first lane and there is a chance they will hit each other. So please remember that in which lane you are before turning, you should be in that lane after turning to have a safe turn. Please, next. Now, pedestrian crossings, also known as zebra crossings. They are painted before signals and mostly on the intersecting roads. What are intersecting roads? Where four roads from each direction meet together at the same point. But here is the question that, what is the purpose of pedestrian crossings? Now, these crossings are for walking people who want to move to the next side of the road. But if you people want to move to the next side of the road, you should be walk in between the pedestrian crossings. Because according to law, if you are in between the pedestrian crossing and somebody hits you, it should be a car or something else, then this car is responsible for your loss. Because you are in between the pedestrian crossings according to the law. But if you are going to move to the next side of the road and you are not in pedestrian crossing and something hits you, then you should pay your own loss. And nobody is responsible for your loss. So please use pedestrian crossings while moving to the next side of the road. Mr. Khan, please, next one. Speed limits. In every city, on highways, on ring roads, on main roads, even each road has some specific speed limit. While driving a car, you should know that the road has a speed limit of, let's suppose the road has a speed limit of 70, so you should drive your car beyond this speed limit. If you will overspeed the limit, you will be given challan or maybe you can make an accident. So please obey the speed limits. Next slide. Overtaking. Now, you should all know how to overtake a car. There are 3 major points while overtaking a car. The first point is, if we talk about overtaking in Pakistan, then the first point is always overtake from the right side, just like it is shown in the slide, from the right side. Now the second point is, if you want to overtake the car, and after overtaking, do not just enter the previous lane. Move overhead and watch the car behind you in your rear mirror. Make some distance, then enter the previous lane. Because if you will just enter the previous lane after overtaking by keeping no distance between your car and the car behind you, then there is a chance that the car behind you can hit you. The third point is never overtake from the wrong side, which is the left side. Because if you will overtake from the wrong side and in the meantime this car moves towards your side, then he will hit you out of the road. So please, be careful while overtaking. To the next slide. Now observe your lane. You should also observe your lane while driving. Consider the slide. There are 3 main lanes in this road. Mostly, the first lane has highest speed, the medium lane has the medium speed, and the last lane has minimum speed. Now you should observe your lane according to your acceleration. If your acceleration is highest, then you should be in that lane. If your acceleration is medium, then you should be in the medium lane. Simple, I mean to say that you should observe your lane according to your acceleration. Please. And my last slide is traffic sign boards. What are their purpose? These are fixed on different places on roads. We should obey the instruction written on the signboards while driving. All these are for our safety. So that was all about my presentation. I would like to thank all of you to give me a time for listening to my presentation. Now I am going to call Mr. Khan to end up this presentation.
Thank you so much, Mr. Amin, for giving me a chance to come on stage again. Now, I'm very much thankful to my group members and my audience for paying such a nice attention. And in the end, I will, on behalf of my group members, I will suggest you people to please drive safely because your life is so much precious to us. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention the most important part of the presentation. Any question? Yes, sir, please.
Mr. Sharma, you say in the presentation that discuss 2 engines, petrol engine and diesel engine.
Yes.
If I ask you question,
Yes, please.
what is the efficiency of the petrol engine?
Definitely, that's a very good question. Efficiency of the petrol engine. And within these 3 engines, the CNG engine, petrol engine and diesel engine, the most efficient engine is known as the petrol engine. Because the mileage is less. The mileage is less, but the efficiency is so high. The power, the horsepower, everything is many as compared to the petrol, diesel and the CNG. That's the answer.
What is the difference between diesel and petrol engine?
Oh, that's also a nice question. The main difference between the diesel and the petrol engine is that in the petrol engine, the air is first mixed with the fuel and then compressed by the pistons and ignites by the ignites plugs. While in the diesel engine, the air is first compressed and then mixed with the fuel. I think that's the right answer.
Okay, right.
Any other question, please? Anyone?
Thanks.
Anyone, please. Dare to question.
No questions?
Please dare.
Anyone?
We are here for questioning or answering your questions.
Okay, in your previous slide you showed some signs. Can I ask anyone?
Yes.
Yeah. In first row, third last. What does it mean?
This one?
No.
This one?
Yeah, that is one.
These signboards are generally fixed when you are entering the jungle area. For jungle area, this sign shows that the jungle area starts from there.
And second row, second last.
Not being
This
mindful.
one?
No.
Yes.
This one? This shows a pedestrian crossing. That is
Asim?
a walking track or pedestrian crossing.
Very good presentation. 20 out of 20 marks.
Thank you, ma'am.
The 5 marks are for the individual presentation and 5 marks are for
Thank you so much.
the presentation.
Yeah, please.
जी थोड़ी देर का वक्फा है, मैं आ रही हूँ 10-15 मिनट में। ग्रुप तैयार है, ठीक है?
ग्रुप कौन सा है यार?
Thank you so much. Thank you.